Welcome to your balancing practice. Balancing poses are a perfect example of that balance between effort and surrender. So try to find that state in between the two in each of these balancing poses. When you're ready, we'll begin lying down on our mats with the soles of our feet together, the knees splaying out. If this isn't too intense on the hips, you can always put a blanket or pillows underneath the knees. You could bring your hands to your belly or one hand to your heart. And just let yourself begin to ground into the mat. Give yourself some space from what happened today. Just drop in. Feel that light opening of the hips. Noticing your belly rise and fall. Let's take a nice cleansing breath, taking an inhale in through the nose, and then exhale it out of the mouth. And again, inhale in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Go ahead and pull those knees into the chest, give them a nice hug. And then we're going to let those knees fall over to our right side. We're going to pause here. Your gaze can fall towards the left. Bring those knees back into center, and then let them fall over to the left side. And then your gaze falls to the right. Feeling that nice twist through the core, light opening through that side body. Feeling yourself open and lengthen on those inhales, sinking down on the exhales. Come back to center, and again bring it over to the right side. Again, lengthen on those inhales, and exhale, you soften into it, the surrender. Come back to center, over to the left side. Good, and again, come back to center. Pause here. And then we're going to grab the soles of the feet. Soles of the feet go up towards the sky, and then we're going to pull those knees down towards the armpits for a happy baby. If it feels good, you can rock side to side here, kind of massaging that lower back, or you can stay still, whatever feels good. And then we'll all come to stillness, pull the knees into the chest, and then you can either rock and roll up to seated or just push yourself up to seated. Okay, whichever way you get there, we'll meet in a seated cross-legged position. And we're going to take a few nice cat-cows. So inhale, arch the back, chest, heart comes forward, chin goes up slightly. As you exhale, round through, pulling that belly in towards the chest. And again, inhale, come forward, opening up through the collarbones, the heart. Exhale and round. And one more round. Inhale, come forward. Nice arch. Opening up. Exhale, round through. Good. We'll come back to center. We're going to bring our left shin to the mat. The foot is flexed. So a nice 90-degree angle there. And then we're going to bring the right leg right on top. So we kind of want those legs, the shins and the calves, to be stacked on top of each other. So you have a nice parallel line there. So both feet are flexed. And if this is too intense, you can always just stick with an easy cross-legged position. And then you can either stay here. If you want a more intense stretch, go ahead and begin to fold over wherever you're at. Either your legs are crossed or you're doing the fire log pose with the shins stacked on top of each other. And feeling that nice opening through that left side, that left hip. Go ahead and walk yourself back up. And then this time we'll bring the right leg down first, and we'll stack the left leg on top. Again, both feet are flexed. The shins are nice and stacked up on top of each other evenly. And then if you'd like, you can fold over. And connect with your breath here in this pose. And again, feeling the surrender of this pose, the softness. And go ahead and walk yourself back up to center. And then find a tabletop pose. And then we're going to plug that left hand into the mat and that right knee into the mat. So we're going to stretch the right arm forward, that left leg goes back, toes are pointing towards the ground, hips are nice and even, everything's parallel to the ground. Both hip bones are nice and even, the left leg's not going, the left hip isn't higher than the right. And really pull that belly button in towards the spine. Feel that balance between the hand and the leg. Reaching forward, reaching that arm and the leg in opposite directions. Feeling the length, the effort through holding yourself up, and the light surrender of just being in this pose. Good, and let's place the hand and the leg back down. And we'll take it over to the other side. So we're going to plug down through that right hand, plugging down through that left knee. And then the left arm reaches forward, right leg goes back. Again, the hip bones are nice and even, so we're not lifting up through that right hip, toes pointed down. Pull the belly button in, strong back, strong core. Reaching. Effort through the reach. Surrendering as you ground. Good, one more breath. Exhale, take it back to center. And then again, we're gonna go over to the other side. Reach it forward. Reaching forward and back at the same time, finding length through the whole body. Exhale, place it back down. And over to the other side. Reach it forward. Again, belly button in, toes pointed down, hips are even. Place it back down. Good, we'll come back to center. And then go ahead and push yourself into a child's pose. Release that back a little bit. Your hips sink down, arms are reaching forward. I find this pose to be the essential surrendering pose. And then we're going to curl the toes under, send the hips back into a down dog. As always, you can walk it out here or take any movements that you need to just wake up those legs a little bit. And then we're going to tiptoe or hop or step all the way up to the top of the mat. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to stand. We'll bring our arms to our sides. And we'll bring the feet just hips width apart. So hips width is really the hip bones, right below the hip bones. And then let the eyes close. Let the shoulders roll down and back. And this is your most basic balancing pose, right? Mountain pose. Feel the grounding of your feet into the mat. Surrendering into the mat. And then just the lightest effort all the way up through the legs, through the spine, the neck, the head. That light effort of holding yourself up, but yielding to the ground. Take a nice breath in, inhale through the nose, exhale, let it out of the mouth. You can open the eyes, inhale the arms all the way up above the head, exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to plant the hand, step it back into a plank, and then you can lower the knees here or lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, taking it back into a down dog. And we'll take 3 nice deep breaths here. Inhale the heels up towards the sky. Exhale, tiptoe or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Palms touch the top. Exhale through to mountain pose. Good, and then we'll do a sun salutation B. Inhale, arms sweep up, bend through the knees, hinge at the hips, find a chair pose. So we're now arching through the back, belly button pulls in, and the top ribs come down towards the diaphragm. Good, shoulders down and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, feet go back. Again, either lower the knees and then lower down, or lower through chaturanga. Inhale up to a baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, take it back into a down dog. And then we're going to turn the left toes out 45 degrees. Step up with the right. And we're going to inhale those arms all the way up for a warrior one. Exhale and take it back down. Hands frame the foot. Take it back into a plank and then lower through. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your down dog. Good, this time the left side. So the right toes turn out 45 degrees. We'll step up with that left foot. Inhale up for warrior one on the left side. As you exhale, we'll take it back down. Hands to the mat, step it back into plank. And again, either lower the knees or lower through chaturanga. Inhale for that up dog or cobra. Exhale back. 3 breaths here. Inhale those heels up towards the sky. Exhale, tiptoe or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and sweep the arms up. Bend through the knees, hinge at the hips. Find that chair once again. Exhale through to mountain pose. And again, inhale, arms sweep up, bend through the knees, find that chair. Effort through those legs, surrendering through those arms, just being in the pose. Exhale, surrender. Fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, take it back into plank. Lower through, whichever way, your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, take it back. This time we'll inhale that right leg behind us, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bring it to the top of the mat, plant that foot down in between the hands. If you have to bring that back knee down for support while you do this, that's okay. And then we'll inhale up to a crescent. So the back heel is lifted this time. Both hip bones are nice and even, pointing forward. And then we're going to airplane the arms behind us, hovering over that thigh. Inhale, bring it up to your crescent again. Good, then we're going to sweep the arms behind us. Good, then sweep them forward. Nice big circles here. Inhale, bring them back. As you exhale, reach them forward, hovering over that leg. Good, inhale back. Exhale, reaching forward. One more, inhale back. Exhale, reach forward. Come back to center. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hands plant. Feet go back. You can take a chaturanga here or just go right back to down dog. Good, so we'll all meet in down dog. We'll inhale that left leg behind us. Exhale, step it to the top of the mat. Again, you can lower that back knee to help. The back right foot, the heel is lifted. Inhale up to your crescent pose. Then we're going to airplane those arms behind us, hovering over that left leg. Good, nice strong leg. Inhale it back up. Then we're going to inhale those arms all the way behind us, sweeping them back. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale back, finding that nice big circle. Exhaling as you come forward. Again, inhale, sweep it behind you. Exhale, slowly reaching forward, hovering over that thigh. Exhale back. Good, last one. Inhale, reach forward. Coming back to center. Arms reach up. Exhale, take it back down. Hands plant, feet go back. Take it back into your down dog, or you can take a vinyasa. And lower the knees, find a child's pose. Take a few breaths. So we should be nice and warmed up here. You can slow down the breath a bit. Let's take a nice cleansing breath again. Inhaling in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And when you're ready, let's curl the toes under and find our down dog once again. And then we'll inhale those heels up and then either tiptoe or hop to the top of the mat. We'll take a forward fold, just pausing here. You can bring your feet to be hips width apart if that feels good. Releasing that low back, the hips, the thighs. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself all the way to stand. And find that mountain pose again. Hands to your sides. Feeling the weight balance in between those 2 feet. Grounding through the soles of your feet. Rising up through the calves, the thighs, the hips, all the way up through your back, the neck, and the top of the head. Good. Now we're going to ground down through that left foot. Get real nice and strong and conscious of the bottom of that left foot. Really ground it into the mat. And then we're going to begin to come up onto those right toes to find a tree pose. So you can either bring that heel towards the ankle and the toes are still balancing on the ground. Or you could bring that foot up to the calf or all the way up to the thigh. Anywhere works except for the knee, because we want to protect the knees. So find what is both a challenge for you, but also still realistic, where you can still really ground through the pose. And when you find your position, again, you could either bring your hands in prayer or all the way up, lengthening through those arms, lengthening through the fingers. And once again, feel that balance of the effort in this pose, but also surrendering into it. And really, when it comes to balancing, it's the surrender that allows us to stay there. If you feel yourself wobbling or falling out, that's totally normal. That's why balancing is a practice. That's why it's all a practice. So if you fall out, just come right back into it. Take a few more breaths. Feel into this pose. The rising and the grounding. The effort and the surrender. The chaos and the calm. Good. And then from here, if you'd like, you could bring your foot back to the ground if you need a break. Or we're going to go ahead and bring that knee all the way into the chest. So we're still on that left foot, pulling that knee into the chest. And then from here, you can simply stay here by holding on to that knee and really feel the tuck of that core, the lightest tuck of your core. Belly button's pulled in, you're nice and strong through the core. If you'd like, you can begin to let go of the knee and let it float. Again, still using that core. You're really using your hip flexor here if you're letting it float. So again, find what's challenging, but not overly challenging to where you're feeling any pain or you're completely falling out of it. Good, and then wherever you are, let's all hold on to that knee once again. Come back to your tree pose. See if you can bring that foot staying onto that left leg back to your tree pose. Good, and then go ahead and release all the way down to your mountain pose. Inhale the arms up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, go ahead and fold over the legs. Let the feet come hips width apart, and we'll find a ragdoll grabbing onto opposite elbows. Really release the legs. The knees can be bent here. Good. Go ahead and release the arms. One vertebrae at a time. Roll ourselves all the way up to that mountain pose once again. Good. And this time, we're going to ground through that right foot. Really become conscious of the bottom of that right foot, grounded into the ground. And then we'll come on to those left toes. So again, you could bring the heel towards your ankle, balancing on the toes still, or you could bring it up to the calf, or all the way up to that inner thigh. And then wherever you are, feel the opening of that hip, pulling that knee back. Hands could be an Anjali Mudra or prayer, or expanding and stretching those arms all the way up. Feel your core here. Strong core, strong back. Grounding through the foot, lengthening through the spine and through the arms. It's almost like you're being pulled in two different directions. You're lengthening but also grounding. Right, again, effort and surrender here. Allow yourself to wobble. If you're really still, you can always challenge yourself by closing your eyes. Okay, then seeing if you can continue to balance on that right foot. If you need to, you can take a break. Otherwise, we're going to pull that knee, that left knee, into the chest. Again, feeling that light tuck. You're really using your core here, feeling that hip flexor. Pull it into the chest, grounding down. Option to float the knee, allowing those hands to come to the sides. Lots of core here. And also being nice and really strong through that right foot, that right leg. Good, one more nice breath. Bring your hands back to that knee, pull it in, give it a hug. And then see if you can continue to balance, bringing that foot back into your tree pose. Again, if you fall out, that's okay. You can always try again. Good, and then we'll bring both feet to the mat. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold it down. Find your ragdoll. Good, release the arms. We're going to inhale the arms up, bend through the knees, hinge at the hips, find your chair pose. Slowly, slowly bend all the way down to come to seated onto the mat. Good, and then we'll go ahead and roll onto our backs. And let's take a reclined pigeon here, crossing that right ankle over the left knee, and then pulling in at the left thigh. Both feet are flexed. Lightly pushing that right knee away as you pull the thigh towards you. Good, let's switch over to the other side. Left ankle crosses over the right knee, pulling in towards that thigh. Both feet are flexed, and then lightly pushing that left knee away as you pull the right thigh in. And then we'll go ahead and release, pull both knees into the chest, and then we'll come into our final pose, Shavasana. Legs come out long. Each ankle finds a corner of the mat. Palms are at your sides, facing up. Shoulders lightly tucked underneath you. Relax through the jaw, the hips, fingers and toes. Maybe the lips part. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Just allow yourself at least a few minutes to rest here. Thank you for coming to practice with me once again, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.